An arranged marriage is a wedding planned by the families, usually the parents of the couple. Weddings account for 55% of all marriages in the whole world. Yearly, there are almost 26,250,000 arranged weddings. Before the mid-20th century, arranged weddings, also known as blind weddings, were the standard in China. And a marriage was the result of a bargaining and choice made by the parents and other senior members of the households. Even the couple had never met before the wedding day, they were usually persuaded and they had no right to refuse. An arranged exogamous marriage is one in which a third party discovers and selects the bride and groom regardless of their social, economic, or cultural background. An arranged endogamous marriage, a marriage in which a third party seeks and selects the bride and groom for, from a certain social, economic, and cultural background. Consanguineous marriage is a type of arranged endogamous marriage. It is one in which the bride and groom share grandparents or a close relative. First cousin weddings, uncle niece weddings, second cousin weddings, and so on are the example of this marriage. First cousin weddings are the most prevalent consanguineous marriage, subsequently with the second cousin and uncle niece weddings. Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Prizana and today I'll be talking about how arranged marriage should be outlawed in Malaysia. Hence, today I'll be highlighting the arranged marriage should be outlawed as it is an offense to the nature of marriage, bad for women concerned, and provides cover for illegal immigrants. The first reason why arranged marriages should be outlawed is because it is an offense to the nature of marriage. Arranged marriages are an offense to the fundamental nature of marriage, which should be about developing a loving and long-lasting commitment and family. It degrades family values by reducing a key aspect of what is basically a religious ritual, and every religion, including Islam, provides a choice to a commercial transaction. Although an arranged marriage might assist couples move through their get to know you stage quickly when starting a romance, this approach can also induce apprehension. They may appear to be an option to join, but the individual may be more afraid for the repercussions if they opt to go on their own way. After graduating from college, Harita Kandabantu lacked the idea to marry. Her intentions were concentrating on her work. Unfortunately, family had a distinct agenda. It got to the point that her father refused to speak to her. So Kandabantu claimed that she caved. I ended up marrying a man I hardly knew and didn't love, she explained to the Humans of Amsterdam. Kandabantu's predicament was complicated by her in-laws' need for money. She was obliged to pay them her paycheck every month, and they even sought a dowry from her father. She decided to give up after 18 months of trying and landed a job in Amsterdam and sealed her divorce against her family's wishes. This action restricts the personal choices available to both spouses. Arranged weddings sometimes narrow a couple's option when seeking a spouse. The one and only way to alleviate your current living circumstances is to find a family willing to allow you marry up. Some parents even employ this system to prevent unwanted traits, customs, or ritual from entering their family structure. Envision a Christian parents arranging a marriage to save their son from marrying a Muslim. For example, a Jewish parents set up a compromise to avoid a prospective romance with an agnostic. Parents frequently choose companions because they are concerned that society prejudice will not respect individualism. This marriage is not even about making families anymore. It is just about the parents, their pride, and the so called society image at stake. The marriage is just a compromise just to make them look better in the eye of the society. For that reason, I quite agree for arranged marriage to be outlawed. Likewise, arranged marriage is destructive to both women involved in addition with the woman in society as a whole. This is because they are quite susceptible in the first situation. They are frequently far away and they don't know the languages or customs and completely be depending on the husband's family. One women in arranged marriage are particularly vulnerable to abuse because the absence of a support network as well as the ability to seek assistance and understandings of their rights. In the later situation, the system turns women into commodities that are traded between male house chiefs. Many societies that embrace the concept of arranged marriage promote the notion and the male is the lead of the household. This patriarchal perspective pervades every decision the couple makes in the future. According to their spouse's wishes, women are assigned the responsibilities of providing offspring, preparing food, and cleaning the house. Dependencies arise as a result of this relationship framework, and a wife is unable to escape an abusive husband since she is cut off from any support systems. Because of the cultural connotations of divorce, her family may pressure her to stay in the marriage rather than escape in an abusive circumstances. This is not fair for a woman to stay in an abusive family condition. Lastly, and more importantly, arranged marriage serves as a disguise for illegal immigration. For this reason, I seek to question fake marriage with unlawful immigrants such as for sale brides, but we are unable to thoroughly scrutinize most obviously planned weddings due to the risk of being perceived as culturally insensitive. Brides leave home to go to their husband's house, where arranged marriages are conventional and are not impacted in any way by migration. Very few Europeans or American Asians leave their house to live in their husband's home country. For instance, the Home Officer of the United Kingdom law state unequivocally that arranged weddings are perfect legal in terms of immigration. As a result, anyone seeking for a spouse visa in an arranged marriage ought not to be afraid that their application would be denied. Disguising a marriage to cover illegal immigrants known also as green card marriage. The majority of weddings between residents and non-residents are conducted legally for reasons other than that or in addition to their residency status. However, getting residence by marriage is unlawful in the United States if the marriage is fraudulent. Although it is called as green card, this type of marriage can also turn to abusive marriage. Can we be sure about who are we marrying with? No. The threat of physical and mental violence is extremely potent, and abusers use it to control and trap women. Female victims of violence are far more liable to be scared and scarred than the male victims. For all these reasons, arranged marriages should be made illegal. The convergence of all the failed arranged marriage is why it should be banned. Arranged marriage is not relevant. Arranged marriage is an offense to nature of marriage. It provides cover for illegal immigrants and it is bad for women. People should be free to marry whoever they want, rather than who others tell them they should marry. If two individuals are introduced in an arranged marriage process, discover great compatibility, and are certain they would marry had they met under different circumstances, that is okay, but not merely because of their families urge them to. People should not have the authority to force you to do anything you do not want to. It interferes with your free will, which is a right that all individuals are born with and that many others in the world would like to take away. Marriage is not like being forced to wear an ugly clothing you do not like. It can be and will affect life and the lives of future generations. It is critical that you marry the responsible adult, especially if you are unable to leave the marriage. Marriage is not a try and error thing. For some people, marriage is everything. It is time to give your children the right to choose their own partners. Yes, parents are equally important, but that does not give them the right to choose our partner for the rest of our lives. Thank you.